I like how Connor came in and he was like, I don't know about this. He's like, should I be concerned? Gus, repeating the same thing over and over again. If it wasn't funny the first time, it might not be funny this time.
And then you said, what, do you not trust me? And I said, depends.
Here we go. All right, 623. 623. These are due tomorrow, by the way, so if they're not done, that's okay. Please don't freak out and try to copy stuff. You know that'll end up being a check minus. Now, there were 2 of you, probably more than that, but people were sick. So there were at least 2 of you that I am missing our previous homework on. So that would be like 621 and 622. But I still believe that you guys won. I'm not certain, but I'm pretty sure you guys won. My morning got busy trying to get some students mastered. I will tell you, Grant was sick. Everybody, except for our sick classmates, or like absent for whatever reason, and one of our classmates. Everybody else, we got our homework turned in. So we're pretty much at like 95, 96%. So I'm gonna bet you guys took home a victory there. Max?
What? Did any kids get them homework done?
That doesn't matter. If you're sick, you don't count. So you don't count towards the total if you're absent. So if you could still get 100 with... So Grant was absent last week. His homework is not turned in. It doesn't matter because Grant was absent when I collected it. So he doesn't count towards the 100%. Right? You can still get to 100%. But Grant, I do still need your homework from last week if you still haven't turned it in. So if you were absent last week, 621 and 622 are due. But this is homework from this past week, which is due tomorrow. Brenda?
I have a question. On 671, what if you were a single cent off?
That means you rounded the wrong direction, probably, or they rounded the wrong direction, so that's totally fine, is what I'm trying to say. Being 1 penny off is fine.
Thank you.
Who what? Max, you were out of town. You were out of state.
I said hypothetically.
Well, you didn't forget. You just didn't have it.
Which is why I said hypothetically.
Which is why our voice is going so. All right, what else? Other questions?
Can you put on the 671?
Yeah, thank you.
On your reflection review. Wait, what happens if there's multiple?
There could be multiple ways to get the same. So I was having a heated discussion with a classmate of yours earlier about how rotations cannot get every key to look like or cannot get the original key to look like all of those keys. Because, guys, if the key starts with the what do you want to call it? The teeth, I guess we can call it. If the key starts with the teeth down and we rotate it, the teeth are going to point up. But only in a very specific, like, when we rotate it. So, like, for A, if we physically look at a key, here's the key to Phoenix, and we rotate it, the teeth are up, but it's pointed the wrong direction. So if I start like this, we could just reflect it and get the key to look like A. Now you could have combinations of moves. However, it is asking you specific questions. Which of the keys could you create by rotating? Which could you create by reflecting? So it doesn't want a sequence, although that could work. That's not what the problem's asking. So if you said something like rotate 180, then reflect, like, yeah, sure, that can be right, but that's not actually answering the question that they asked. Yeah. Other questions on 623?
How did you get to B of 674? Oh yeah.
When we're dividing by a fraction, what should we actually do? Keep, change, flip, and multiply by the reciprocal. So we would keep the 3, we change to multiplication, and we flip the second fraction, and then we'll get negative 12 over 5. If you try to type that into your calculator, you'll get some sort of bad decimal, well, not bad, but you'll get some sort of decimal answer, which is equivalent to this, but this is the better form of the number because we can do this in our head. Does that make sense? Other questions? D for that one. Doubleheader. Make them improper and then multiply straight through. So this would become 31 over 6 times negative 7 over 9. Unfortunately, there's no cross reducing that we can do. So negative 7 times 31, 7 times 3 is 21, or really 210, and then another 7. So negative 217 over 54. And I don't know if that's reducible. Apparently it is. No, apparently it's not. It can just go back into its mixed number form. I don't really like mixed numbers. Whatever. I mean, they're fine, but this is less work because I can stop right here and be lazy. I mean, efficient.
Don't hide it, Mr. Hudson. It's in your blood.
Lazy really is just efficiency. Remember to record. Although
Huh?
sometimes
I am recording. I know, my thing's weird. I don't know why it's not showing the frame, but I am recording.
Guys, we can 3D print his
Mr. Hudson,
penis
Chloe is
now.
right, though. Laziness is just efficiency.
Yeah, you always think I like this.
They
will
Exactly.
I'm trying to think of a good statement to kind of merge what you just said with what I want it to say, but I can't think of it right now. 624! Check it! Oh, the glitter! Thank you so much. Where is my... More glitter? I thought we looked everywhere this morning.
I thought we found like all of them.
I know, Spencer won the award. Question 624, Colin. That's not a question, but okay, go ahead.
Wait, what do you mean by more glitter?
We're calling the algebra tiles glitter because it's like glitter, it gets everywhere.
Okay, so wait, was there a higher original amount of glitter in this room? And second of all, you didn't keep it there? This room needs glitter.
This room does not need glitter in it.
No one.
Colin, what's up?
So basically, why are people so mad at lazy people? They haven't even done anything.
It's not as good as the vacuum.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, do you realize that when you... It's not as funny if you're not doing it. But this morning, Gus, like, got the vacuumer, or somebody, Connor, or not,
Yeah, let's go.
don't know why I'm mixing up everyone's names today. I think it's as you get older, guys. Yeah, not Connor. Connor just came in here and was suspicious of me, and that's why he's stuck on my head. But then I made the joke that when you clean out the vacuum, you become the vacuum cleaner. Just like Mr. Estes has you guys thinking about how chair are you, or what's your level of chairness. Yes, so you can become the vacuum cleaner if you clean the vacuum. Lily?
So 68.1 C.
68.1. What?
681.
Ah, I'm with you now. 681C. Coincide? I thought side meant to kill.
It does.
Isn't that what? So what is coincide? Wait, coincide.
It's the inside.
It kills all those
The
things.
root is inside.
What does coincide mean?
Death.
I have to find a copy of this homework
They
first.
don't mean.
Death of the coin.
They won't
The
fly.
slaughtering of a coin.
It means to meet.
Yes, Aiden. Those dumb dumb.
Yeah, they meet. So this is one where STEM study might get confusing, guys. I don't know where my 624s went.
I don't understand. Like, are they next equations? I'm confused.
Give me a second. Let me pull it open. CC3. Super duper zoomed in. Six, 2, 4, right? I got like 5 people who think this is choir class.
It wasn't me this time, actually.
On your graph, reflect the original triangle over the x-axis. What are the coordinates? Is this what we're talking about?
81.
81.
I used homework help with the questions.
Ah! I wonder if homework help will show this to us. Did somebody just throw something at me?
It was Max.
What?
I'm not. No.
It's like a clip under your chair.
Oh, I know what it is.
What the hell?
No, I think it just fell off my
It was
table.
Anna.
Hey, hold.
It was.
So, hey, this helps if we actually read the words. So here's the deal, and I helped a couple people with this. I forget if I recorded math lunch when we did this or not. When you plug in -4 and -6 into these equations, it's true, right? When we are checking if something is a solution makes it true or verifies that it's true, right? Hopefully it's true from the beginning. But if it's variables, we can make it true a lot of times. Then Wirt, yeah, be happy your parents didn't name you Wirt. Wirt plugs in 2010, or 20 for the x, 10 for the y, and he finds out it's also true. So what that actually means is these lines are the same lines. So coincide, when we look at the answer key, coincide does not mean intersect. Coincide means they have everything in common. They are the same line. 2 different equations for the same line. They are... Hey guys, here's how you could figure it out.
You draw the lines.
No.
Go to Desmond, stop.
No. If
Oh my god, we don't have homework this week.
if I move this x over by subtracting 4x on both sides, and I multiply the entire one of these by either -2 or -1/2, they literally are the same equation. One is just like times -2 on both sides, or times -1/2. There's a tiny bit of algebra to move stuff around, and that's why it's not obvious, right? This is in no way easy. This is not an easy problem, because you guys don't yet know how to recognize, oh, those are the same lines. Yeah, yet, right? Thank you, Jordan. You don't yet know how to recognize they're the same lines, but very soon we'll be able to, oh, those are the same, of course. Max.
2 things. 1, throwing those cuss words out like there's nothing, huh?
I said not easy. Like when your pastor at church says HE double hockey sticks, but he's allowed because he's talking about the place. Number 2.
You don't have homework this week, do you? That's what our Christmas present is.
I plead the 5th. Patrick.
On that.
I don't know what that
They're
means,
all
but I think
multiples.
that's good.
Like, all right and not B. All the numbers are all multiples of the one before.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I meant by if you move something around and multiply by -2, you literally get the same thing. Brenda?
I have a question about 638 or 683. Part B.
I
have
knew it.
13.5. How?
Oh! You probably forgot to distribute the 3 when you cross multiply. And if I got that right just off the bat, I'm going to be like real proud of myself. One of the best ways to solve a fraction equal to a fraction problem is cross multiply, then simplify, then solve. So we can always cross multiply a fraction equal to a fraction because, as we've seen previously, like in Math 7, when we set 2 fractions equal to each other, this is called the means extremes theorem. Guys, the thing that lets you cross multiply is called the means extremes theorem. It says the means and the extremes will equal each other when we produce them, when we multiply them. So I do 3 times x plus 2 and get 3x plus 6. I do 4 times 6 and get 24.
We do?
I then algebra from there.
But which sides would you put them on?
Doesn't matter. I could put 24 equal to 3x plus 6. Doesn't matter how we solve the equation. At that point, though, I'll take the blues just because they're the same color. Minus 6 from both sides.
I am actually confused now.
We get 18. Hold on, then I'll take this over to Smartboard so I can write a little better. And that's how we get 6.
Thank you.
I also
Lily?
I did a different way.
Oh yeah, if you double the one to get 6 on top or anything. Yeah, there's multiple ways.
What I did was I saw
How
that
indignant.
today this
That's my face.
Yeah, you thought it was all easy to write on the board.
if you multiply 3 by 2 you get 6, so this means that x
Yeah,
plus
but
2 must
Lily,
be
I was going to avoid that way because they all get mad when I take the way involving the giant one. That's what Lily did. Lily did giant one. That's what Lily did.
I did that.
Exile!
But it's a lot. It's also, but it is much simpler because I was just okay. So times 2.
Good you don't know.
Times 2.
So-
We
so
left
X,
that was
so
elementary
8
school.
by
That's
8
for
by 2
babies.
equals 6.
Lily is
Thus,
right.
X equals 6.
Her method's, like, in my opinion, better than the method that I took because it's a little less work. If I recognize that the numerator does a times 2, the denominator also has to times 2, meaning that denominator must be 8. Amelia?
What if you can literally just guess? You look at it and you're like, oh, well that's 6, because 3/4.
With 3?
Like 3.
That's number sense.
You just no.
That means you have pretty strong number sense. Yeah, I don't have an issue with that.
I
Now,
have
later on in your math career, you won't be able to just guess. It will be ridiculously complicated, and we will need to do the math. Max,
During
you guys are
your
nerdier than
original
me.
one, I got confused when you got the answer of what was it? That would be 3x plus 6 and then equals 24. You said, and then just algebra from there. Does that mean algebra is now an adjective?
I use it as an adjective, and a noun, and a verb, and a everything. When I say, and then just algebra, what that means is algebra has told us that we're allowed to do anything we want as long as we follow those certain math rules.
Wait, I can multiply both
Like-
sides by 0?
But then no.
So we can't do
So-
it at once.
You can, but then the problem is just gone.
I know. Then we don't have to answer for that.
No, then there is no answer because there is no question.
I know, so you put the circle.
But
I
that's
post it.
zero.
That's like when you say, Mom, can I have a bike for Christmas? And your mom's like, well, if I just get rid of you, I don't need to buy a bike. That's not cool! It's not cool! Alright, so when I say just algebra, it means you're doing the same thing on both sides. Right? You're doing the same thing on both sides.
I know. I was just
Other questions?
All hail the algebra.
Amelia.
I'm gonna go get water.
Yes, well, unless you want to see what our holiday present is.
Oh, well.
That's a lot of
After we see our holiday,
hours on Saturday.
then we can
Turn in 623 and 624 if it's ready, because you might as well get rid of them. So if you're ready to turn them in, you might as well get rid of them.
I might as well get rid
So I
of
just
the picture, but
take 623 in this time and make sure not to
This time.
I was gonna, yes. I was gonna do 624 and 623 last night, but my sister was sick and my mom asked me
It's due tomorrow, but if you need longer, just come talk.
So what I was gonna ask is, do you want me to do like extensions?
I mean, literally the slide I just showed. Oh, you haven't seen this yet. This would make sense why you're asking about this. Because 623 and 624 aren't really due till tomorrow.
Wait,
Whoa.
was that what your Christmas gift was?
1, holiday. 2, wait, because you don't know what I'm about to say.
Why does it say home design dental?
Man, I wonder if somebody's going to talk about the stuff that just got put on the board. I
What
wonder.
does it mean, though?
What is?
I wonder.
I wonder if
So.
he's gonna explain it.
So, straight up honesty, present for all of us, not just present for you. Right? So over the weekend, I was prepping for this week. When the teacher's in the middle of saying something and you're going to be all theatrical up front. Glad that got recorded. That'd be a nice one to send your mom. So, if we're ready. You guys are ready. So, over the weekend, I'm prepping for this week, right? And I'm trying to grade all your papers and all that stuff. And I realized, wait a minute. 625 homework isn't ready. And actually, a couple of you guys, I think, asked me for it last week, and I was like, man, it just go away. And 626 wasn't ready either. I'm like, what the heck, Hudson? Like, did I just not do those like 2 years
You're
ago?
a good person.
No, and I started thinking, I realized, oh, my students are just smarter than these lessons.
Yeah, you are.
My students, my Math 8 kids, there's a chair there. My students, funny enough, could probably already do everything that I would ask them to do relating corresponding sides of similar shapes. And my bet is that my students could probably solve problems involving similar shapes. So my thought was, instead of having 3 homeworks this week just to get to the end of chapter 6, we could instead have essentially no homework this week and just do the closure together in class and then just take the chapter 6 test and all go to holiday break with nothing to do. So, today,
That works. I like that.
today, you need graph paper, because as we work through the Mega Jenga, oh yeah, we're playing Mega Jenga too. As we work through the Mega Jenga,
Mr. Hudson, somebody holiday present.
so,
You're my favorite.
well, thank you. I might need some builders to help me build our Jenga tower real quick.
I play Minecraft every day, I guess.
I'm a
Let me away, it's like zombies.
I'm a good Minecraft again.
What's
I
up?
build Lego.
Yeah, just gonna like hide over here.
We have too many cooks in this room and this is bad.
I just worked out that he did the math thing. That we should make a song. I didn't one on.
What, you did, like you did the monster math?
He did the math.
This one.
You did the monster math.
Yeah, I had that idea. It's like the mold.
Classroom smash.
We missed one.
It was a blast, and then everybody.
No, the wrong way, the wrong way.
wasn't like that.
We need to like hide some math vocab words in there. You know what I mean? Like I don't. I can't think of anything offhand.
Well, I was trying to think of like some other math puns to use. I couldn't think of any, so I'll have to look somewhere up. The one I did was this
We gotta
video,
do it.
and he was like, Matt, the only time where I can buy 67 electric guitars and no one wonders why.
That's funny.
I know.
Then grab a seat because we gotta at least get in our teams for today. So when we get in here tomorrow, we're just ready to dive in because we don't have a lot of time left, but we can start. And if we can remember what the tower looked like at the end of class today, we can kind of try to rebuild it for for when we start tomorrow. But here's how this is gonna work. Maddie being the first card drawn. Actually, I'm gonna pause the video so your guys' names aren't put on the video. It's not true. This morning it was a 2, and I will update you guys on what it is this afternoon. There's a 1 in 6. Well, it's a 1 in 3 chance for each team. So, whose team is that? That's Anna's team, which has Lily. Lily, give me a number.
Lucky number 9.
Hey, so something I established with Math 7, and because I haven't said it in here yet, I need to. The whole, like, yelling at each other for what question to pick is really immature, because the questions are random, and you don't need to, like, project your favorite number onto the person I called on to pick a number. So, you'll get your turn, but let Lily pick a number without a bunch of people pressuring her to do something different. Because peer pressure ain't cool. Except for when peer pressure is a good thing and it makes you do good things. So.
6 because you all suck.
Ha! Whoa! This very much looks like one of those questions that he might call on multiple people to help him answer.
Oh, thank you, Maddie.
Actually, though, we're with your team.
This is 6, right?
Yeah.
It's in Math 7 and Math 8. Yeah. I know. Isn't it funny? CPM got lazy. CPM got lazy. They recycled the same problem.
Wait, which one is the
Smart man.
Wait, is it the right one?
See me after class.
Is it the right one?
Oh, wait.
Smart man.
Oh, which, that one's the original.
Jordan saved a lot of you. Jordan saved a lot of you. We are going from the original to the copy. Oh, the Jenga tower has now fallen over twice in the past week, by the way, so yes, it does happen. Anna cheated because she did this problem earlier. Actually, what's funny is it's just in the Math 7 textbook and it's in the Math 8 textbook.
Wait, it is?
Yeah, CPM got efficient, and they recycled the same problem.
CPM is very efficient.
Hey, they're mathematicians. Lily, how's your team coming? You need more time? Because remember, it's not going to be you that answers it. You need to figure out the scale factor and the x and the y. And the x and the y.
If anybody doesn't know how to get it, we just ask.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
You know how to get it? Does everybody know how to get it?
Yes.
I think
All
I
right.
got it.
So it's way cooler to just like have the conversation than to make somebody say, I don't get it. But moving on, because Nevin, what is our scale factor here?
Divide by 3 or multiply by 1/3.
Absolutely, we could divide by 3 or multiply by 1/3. Now, technically, we normally talk about the multiplication. So there you go. Anna, what is x? Or we could say 8 over 3, or we could say 2.6 repeating. Any of those would work. And Max, right, what is y?
Y is 1 and 2/3.
Or we could say 5/3, or we could say 1.6 repeating. Any of those would work.
Or this is neater.
Whoa. Neater, he's arguing.
Are you sassing me?
I always put this.
Max, if we think back to like 3 months ago or 4 months ago, it's so much fun, like how different of a place we're in.
I haven't seen this much sass in the Sasquatch.
Hey, I believe in Sasquatch. All right, here's the deal. Someone's going to have to remember that, well, I bet you guys will. So here's what I need you to remember. Where you're sitting, right? Who's on your team in case they forget? And the fact that we're at the very beginning of our game, but that crookies get to come in and pull a block first thing tomorrow. Because it doesn't make sense for us to pull a block and then leave, right? But it's time to go. I know, time flies when you're having fun. So tomorrow, hold up. I'm going to make a request and see how well this works because you guys have a chance to give me a holiday gift. Tomorrow.
I'm sorry.
Guys, you don't realize how much noise you clipping and unclipping and moving papers makes. Just stop for a second. tomorrow when you come in, what you want to do is get right here, get out that graph paper that you headed with Chapter 6 closure, and just be ready to go, because as soon as we can jump in, we're going to jump in and start playing. Alright? You're actually a minute ahead of time, so now pack up and get out of
I'm
here.
a Jedi.
You're a Jedi?
I look like a Jedi all the time.
This was problem 6. Can you stay here for another class? No, you are not allowed. Well, neither do I.
Yeah, that's why we should work together.
Yeah,
Teamwork.
but at some point in your life, it becomes real important to be able to speak right and write right and, and word.
I know how to speak good.
My grammar is better than theirs did bad. Run off.
Should we put the desk back?
Nah, Math 7's gonna play Jenga too. Thank you for asking though, much appreciated.
There's this ad like